Hello and welcome to this video on resveratrol. Resveratrol is the compound in red wine distorted by mainstream media into a catch-all health supplement.
Imagine this. You can live a healthy, vital, energetic life well past the age of 100. How close are we? Well, science is close to giving a second century of life to everyone through everything from radical cutting-edge technology to simple changes in how you eat. And Dr. Mehmet Oz, the Oprah Show health expert, is going to be doing a full episode with her on this revolutionary topic tomorrow. But he sat with us right here and is giving us a sneak peek.
Just by taking a simple pill, it's real, and it may soon be possible for humans. Doctors finding a compound in red wine that could slow the aging process. So how does it work?
There is a little bit of an extra benefit that it's red wine versus any other alcohol. And that benefit comes from the fact that the skin of the grape has chemicals in it, and so does the seed. And these different chemicals, pycnogenol from the seed, which is an antioxidant, but resveratrol, which is this really potent flavonoid, and a bunch of other similar flavonoids that come from the skin of the grape, are important because they convey a message from the plant kingdom to the mammal.
Resveratrol is a stilbenoid, and under that it is a phytoalexin. These are naturally occurring phenols. Phenols are used as a stress response by plants. It is found in the skin of grapes and is seen associated with extreme health claims. There is an underlying theory that is the primary mechanism of the counterintuitive Mediterranean diet and French paradox. Health gurus and peddlers of woo believe resveratrol has the ability to improve the health of heart disease, although there is little evidence that resveratrol in red wine may have a role in the French paradox, improving cancer, and studies concerning the effects of resveratrol on cancer are inconsistent, improving metabolism, and lifespan. A 2007 study found that supplemental resveratrol is taken by 2/3 of people who routinely consume multiple dietary supplements. From the year 2000 to 2030, the number of individuals in the United States who are above 65 is expected to more than double. This will increase from 12.5% to 19% of the population. Resveratrol has demonstrated potential as a drug candidate for the treatment of different ailments and is a potent antioxidant. Scientific interest in resveratrol peaked and gained momentum since 1997 when it was first demonstrated to prevent carcinogenesis. Overall, there is no evidence of resveratrol having an effect on any of these conditions in a consistent manner. So much so that GlaxoSmithKline suspended a clinical trial with a synthetic version in 2010 due to the safety concerns and the lack of evidence to further support its ongoing testing. There is a dose-dependent response between resveratrol intake and the maximum serum amounts. People being supplemented with up to 5 grams of transresveratrol as a single dose resulted in a 24-hour mean plasma concentration of just under 52 micrograms a liter. And this is 24 hours after administration. Less than 1/100th of the original amount of resveratrol remained in the system after 24 hours. There is evidence that resveratrol and metabolites accumulate within human cells in vivo and tissue-specific manners, and this is highly dependent on the dosage. Following either a 0.5 or 1 gram a day resveratrol administration to 20 prostate and colon cancer patients, normal prostate tissue contained resveratrol metabolites, but no free resveratrol. On the other hand, normal tissue had considerably more transresveratrol. This would indicate that in cancer, the metabolites are more likely to be retained and have an effect on the lifespan and benefit than resveratrol itself would. Exercise is well recognized both by the public and by research as being a primary indicator of health and a primary effector of health. The claims by the wider media that a glass of wine is the equivalent of the daily recommended amount of exercise simply does not hold up to examination. Further to that, it does not appear that the red wine itself, and in this case specifically resveratrol, is what causes any improvement in health. To further extend that, the only improvements found were in those patients with pathology and not those who are currently healthy, which would indicate that it may be beneficial to sick people who are unable to exercise, but for those who are healthy, there is simply no foreseeable benefit. Since there is such widespread acceptance and interest by the media, how does resveratrol work? In vivo studies of resveratrol stimulate the activity of sirtuin-1, simply known as SIRT1, and adenosine monophosphate activated protein kinases, which are AMPKs. Some of the beneficial effects of resveratrol appear to be replicated by overexpressing and overactivation of the SIRT1 gene. As some of the genetic and cellular mechanisms are known, it raises specific questions as to resveratrol's use and requirement. Resveratrol is not a catch-all supplement, and there is evidence the mechanism of action is neither unique nor present in all experimental species. This means any results found are questionable and cannot be properly applied to the wider population. Animals that lack AMPK fail to exhibit many of the normal responses to resveratrol. Resveratrol further inhibits cyclooxygenases and could therefore act through some of the same mechanisms as aspirin. Studies suggest that plasma concentrations of resveratrol achievable through high-dose supplementation are considerably greater than those derived from wine. Considering these 4 points, the questions have to be asked as to the validity of the claims that it has any benefit. Finally, even though resveratrol may have some kind of tenuous association with health benefits, the amount of resveratrol varies wildly between wine bottles, let alone grape varieties, and wine runs, which means year on year, wine consumed will differ greatly in the amount of benefit gained, and, under the advice of the wider media and the health gurus, it would be argued that they are prescribing an inconsistent and unreliable form of self-medication. To summarize, there is a lack of evidence resveratrol has any health benefits, and the evidence that exists is inconsistent and unreliable. Feel free to drink red wine, but not as a health food. Using it as a health supplement is rather like trusting the tailor for the emperor's new clothes and expecting what you wear to look good. Thank you for watching this video. Please post any comments, questions, or suggestions below.